Getting revenge in an anime is one of the most satisfying things in any anime, and many anime fans also like it. And if you are one of those people who want to get revenge in an anime, then this list is for you. And if you're new here, don't forget subscribe to our channel, also hit that notifications bell so that you can stay updated whenever I upload a new video. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Starting this list, we have Dororo. Dororo is a beautiful piece of anime, with a prominent theme of revenge and betrayal. Our main character is left to die, after being betrayed by his own father, and he miraculously survives, and comes back 10 times stronger to set things right. Dororo tells us the story of Hakimaru, who was served as an offering to a devil by his father, just because he wanted to save his land. It was his greed that made him renounce Buddha, and make a pact with the devil. Hakimaru is born without any limbs, nose, eyes or even skin. But he's allowed to live. Overall, the anime will become creepy to the point where you love it. He's soon disposed of in a river, but he miraculously manages to survive. Until he's found by a medicine man, who gives him prosthetic limbs, and everything else that was missing on his body, so that he could survive on his own. He meets an orphan, who becomes very close to him. Now, Hakimaru must defeat demons, to get the parts of his body back, that were missing at his birth. Next we have, Code Geass. Code Geass literally screams betrayal. The main theme of this anime is rebellion, and is a political thriller. Our main character is betrayed by his father, and he thinks betraying his friends, and the ones close to him, would help him with his motive. Everyone in this anime is betraying someone close to him, and there isn't one single episode when we don't see the strings of betrayal being pulled on. Lelouch creates a new identity, and goes by the name of Zero. Now, he will go on, and slaughter anyone who comes in his way to take revenge against Britannia. In 8th place we have, Redo of Healer. This anime involves some dark themes, that might not be suitable for some viewer. The abuse our main character faces, in this one is really brutal, and is something constant in his life. He throws away his humanity, and comes back even stronger, taking brutal revenge against those who did him wrong. He somehow manages to go back in time, and decides to set everything straight, including kicking some asses of his abusers. In 7th place we have, Kage no Stigma. Kazuma Yagami is an outcast for 4 years, due to his failure in controlling fire. He also was defeated by his cousin in a duel, which only further fueled his betrayal. So, he returns to the honorable Kananagi family, after serving the 4-year sentence. However, he returns as not the usual Kazuma, but as Fujitsu's wind magic's client. He has returned to take back his lost honor within the family. And he is determined to achieve it. But his relatives have a different plan. They make his path several times more challenging. As a result, the help which he is supposed to receive from his relatives becomes the seed of betrayal. But this doesn't diminish Yagami's determination. On the contrary, he uses this betrayal only to further fuel his ambition by outshining the ones who betrayed him. In 6th place we have, Bungou Stray Dogs. After being thrown out of an orphanage, Nakajima Asushi survives a near-death situation. Such a situation was caused due to starvation. After he survives, a series of peculiar men introduce themselves. Among them, the most peculiar ones are Dazai Osamu and Kunikida Doppo. They both are part of the Armed Detective Agency, an agency that takes on cases that the military or the police can't, and thus intrigues Atsushi, and he joins the duo in hopes of killing the one who betrayed and humiliated him. So they venture into the virtual city of Yokohama to kill the man-eating tiger and become one of the Bungou masters with unordinary powers. In fifth place we have 91 Days. During an era when the law was useless, it was the mafia who controlled the city. And the story takes place in one such town, Lawless. This town has flourished by fermenting alcohol, but by illegal means. Avilio used to be in this town, but is now out of this hellhole. But he has to revisit Lawless for the sake of vengeance. He learns from a secretive sender that his family, which had been massacred, was killed by the Vanetti family, the mafia bosses of Lawless. His plan is set in motion once he becomes friends with the child Nero and starts his revenge pursuit. In fourth place we have Vinland Saga, focusing mainly on the themes of betrayal and revenge. Vinland Saga tells us the story of a boy who gave up on everything just to take revenge. He becomes the part of that very tribe that killed his father and wishes to destroy them with his own hands. And ladies and gentlemen, that's how Thorfinn became someone who he hated the most. He sees nothing but blood and has sacrificed everything for vengeance. This anime revolves around Thorfinn, who lives in an icy village in Iceland. He's greatly impressed by the tales of the old sailors that have witnessed a beautiful land that is warm and fertile, unlike their own village. They're also at war with Vikings that know nothing but bloodshed. Thorfinn's father is killed after being betrayed before his own eyes, and that makes his blood boil. He then joins the Vikings and travels with them, hoping one day he'd get to kill the man, Askeladd, who killed his father. Next up is Arifureta, from commonplace to world's strongest. Arifureta shares a lot of similarities with the Rising of the Shield Hero, as both involve main characters that are pretty weak and kind-hearted until they're betrayed. Focus on the word until. Our Goody Two-Shoes main character in Arifureta completely changes when he's betrayed by his comrade and holds a very bitter grudge. Arifureta tells us a story of a high schooler named Hajime Nagomo, who gets isekai'd to a fantasy world along with his classmate. All of them are treated like heroes there, with some insane superhuman powers. However, our main character is granted with only basic alchemical magic that holds no worth at all. He's betrayed by one of his classmates during a dungeon raid and finds himself at the bottom of the dungeon. Now, he pledges to become stronger than anyone else and take his revenge as well. Next on the list is Tower of God. The anime main character gets betrayed and becomes overpowered at the end. Thus, the world is being out of line to him. He lost the adoration for his life, and he gives off an impression of being feeble, when in all actually, he's too exceptional, gets all the more remarkable in a moment. Everybody around him loves him. The awesome twofold principles show when the primary scene starts, where he gets saved multiple times since he's the main character. And he has hacks powersm he didn't procure because he is adorable. It was dramatic anime, when the anime main character gets betrayed by the one with who he was in love and becomes overpowered later on. But that was a shock to wake him up and order him to become an overpowered after getting betrayed at the start of this anime. You will love the show, guys, so do not skip it for anything else. And last we have Rising of the Shield Hero, the ultimate anime that does justice with the themes of betrayal and vengeance. Rising of the Shield Hero is an eye-opener for us to not trust anybody easily. Our main character in this one was naive and fell prey to a pretty girl who accused him of attacking a girl later, which stripped him of all the grace. He then became extremely bitter and treated everybody like shit. Except, of course, his party members, who are super cute. Rising of the Shield Hero tells us the story of Naofumi Iwatani, who got summoned to a fantasy world, along with 3 other people, as a legendary hero. He's the weakest of all the 4 heroes, and is not very popular amongst the masses. Things get even messy when he's betrayed and accused of assault by the daughter of the king of Melromark. That's all for today's list. I hope you must enjoy the video. Show your support by dropping a like and subscribing to my channel. In the end, you all stay happy, and I will see you in the next video.